If a man shares these 8 things with you, it's because his heart is all yours. And trust me, most men will never admit these things to just anyone. But if he's opened up to you about them, that means he sees you as the one. Stay with me until the end, because I got a bonus secret that'll shock you, and it's something most women don't even realize. Men, they're often seen as strong, confident, and sometimes even emotionally distant. But here's the truth. When a man truly loves a woman, he becomes vulnerable in ways he never would with anyone else. See, most men are taught to keep their emotions locked up. Society tells them to be tough, to never show fear, and to never let their guard down. But when a man finds a woman he deeply loves and trusts, that all changes. In this video, I'm breaking down 8 powerful things a man will only tell the woman he loves. These are the raw, unfiltered truths that most men hide from the world. But if he's sharing them with you, it means you hold a special place in his heart. Let's get started with the first one, and this one might surprise you. 1. His true feelings about love and relationships. Many men play it cool when it comes to love. They avoid deep conversations about commitment, marriage, and emotions unless they've found someone they truly care about. If he's openly sharing his thoughts on love, relationships, and what he truly wants in a partner, it's a sign he's mentally and emotionally invested in you. Maybe he'll tell you what scares him about relationships, what kind of partner he's always dreamed of, or even his past heartbreaks and lessons. This is huge because most men only reveal these thoughts to a woman they trust completely. If he's letting you in on this part of his mind, he's not just thinking about dating you, he's thinking about building something real. 2. His financial struggles or goals. Let's be real, money is a sensitive topic, especially for men. Society places a heavy burden on them to be financially stable and successful, so discussing financial struggles can feel like exposing a major vulnerability. If he's sharing his money goals, financial fears, or even mistakes he's made in the past, it means he trusts you on a whole different level. Whether he's saving up for something big, working on paying off debt, or feeling pressure about his income, his willingness to open up about it shows that he values your support and perspective. A man who doesn't see a future with you won't bother discussing his finances with you, but a man who does, he'll want you to know where he stands and he'll care about what you think. This is one of the most intimate conversations a man can have because money is more than just numbers. It's about security, responsibility, and future planning. And if he's letting you into that conversation, it's a major sign that you're more than just a girlfriend, you're a life partner in his eyes. 3. His protective side over you. When a man truly loves a woman, he naturally takes on a protective role in her life. This doesn't mean he's controlling or overbearing. It means he genuinely cares about your well-being. If he tells you he worries about you walking alone at night, checks in to make sure you got home safely, or reminds you to take care of your health, it's because you matter to him. Men are wired to protect the people they love, and while they might not always express emotions openly, their protective nature speaks volumes. If he ever tells you, text me when you get home, let me know if you need anything, or even, that person gives me a bad vibe, be careful around them, he's revealing just how deeply he cares. The key here is to recognize that his protectiveness isn't about control, it's about love. When a man shares his concerns for your safety, happiness, or well-being, he's showing you that you are his priority. Or his deepest fears. Men are expected to be fearless, strong, and unshaken by life's challenges, but the truth is, they have fears just like everyone else. The only difference? Most men will never admit them, unless they trust you completely. If a man opens up about his biggest fears, whether it's failure, not being good enough, or even the thought of losing you, it's a huge sign that he sees you as his emotional safe space. Think about it, he spent his whole life being told to man up and keep his emotions buried. So if he's sitting across from you, laying his vulnerabilities bare, it means he's not just comfortable with you, he feels emotionally safe with you. And when a man feels emotionally safe, he lets his walls down in ways most women never get to see. So if he's sharing his fears, don't dismiss them. Instead, reassure him, listen, and remind him that he doesn't have to carry everything alone. Now, if you thought that was deep, wait until you hear this next one. Because when a man truly loves you, he might reveal something even more personal. 5. His vision for a future with you. The clearest sign that a man truly loves you, he talks about a future with you in it. If he casually mentions things like, one day we should travel to, or I can see us buying a house together, he's already envisioning long-term plans with you. Men don't include just anyone in their future. If he's talking about it, it's because he sees you as part of his life for the long haul. He might talk about financial goals, where he wants to live, or even thoughts on marriage and family. Even if it's subtle, him bringing you into his future plans is one of the biggest signs of deep emotional commitment. A man who isn't serious won't bother thinking too far ahead. But if he's talking about we instead of me, you can be sure his love for you is real. 6, his childhood wounds. A man's childhood shapes the way he views love, relationships, and trust. And most men, they don't talk about the pain of their past. Maybe he had a tough upbringing, distant parents, or moments where he felt completely alone. Whatever it is, if he's opening up about the wounds from his childhood, it means he sees you as more than just a partner. It means he trusts you with his most fragile, unspoken emotions. For some men, it's the first time they've ever verbalized these experiences, and that's powerful. It shows he feels safe enough to be completely raw and unfiltered with you. So if he ever shares those painful memories, don't take it lightly. It's not just a conversation, it's a sign of deep emotional intimacy. And speaking of intimacy, what he tells you next will reveal whether he truly sees you in his future. So let's move on. 7, his biggest dreams and insecurities about them. Every man has dreams, big, bold aspirations that drive him forward. But here's the thing, most men keep their dreams and goals to themselves, especially their insecurities about whether they'll actually achieve them. Society often pressures men to be confident providers, so admitting doubt or fear about their ambitions can feel like exposing a weakness. But if a man loves you, he'll let you into that world. He'll talk about the business he wants to start, the career move he's been considering, or the big leap he's afraid to take. And the fact that he's sharing both his dreams and his doubts with you means he values your opinion more than you realize. When he opens up, listen closely, encourage him, remind him of his strengths, and be his biggest cheerleader. Because a man who shares his deepest aspirations with you is showing that he sees you as part of his future. 8, his past mistakes and regrets. Most men don't like to talk about their past mistakes. It's uncomfortable and it can feel like a sign of weakness. But if a man trusts you enough to share his regrets, he's showing you a deeper side of himself, one that most people never get to see. Maybe he opens up about a failed relationship, a bad decision that changed his life, or a moment he wishes he could undo. This isn't just about sharing his past. It's about showing you that he wants to be better for you. A man who sees a future with you will want you to understand where he's been and what he's learned. If he shares his mistakes, listen without judgment. He's not looking for pity. He's looking for understanding. And if he tells you about his regrets, it's a sign that he trusts you to see him for who he truly is, flaws and all. Bonus secret, his biggest insecurity about your relationship. There's one final thing that almost no man will admit unless he's truly in love, and that is his biggest insecurity about your relationship. Maybe he worries about not being good enough for you, losing you to someone else, or failing to meet your expectations. These are thoughts that most men keep locked away. But if he's opening up about these fears, it means you mean the world to him. This level of vulnerability is rare. It's a sign that he not only loves you, but also values your reassurance and emotional connection. If a man tells you his biggest fears about your relationship, cherish that moment. It means he's truly invested in you. Thanks for watching.